What's up, y'all? Senior Cheesecake here. Wanted to kind of talk to y'all about the recent kind of changes they've made with the limited time events that are happening in Black Ops Zombies. They've actually kind of brought me back, I'd say, with the most recent Abomination challenge. That was the first one that kind of got me interested again to kind of start hitting Black Ops Zombies more over Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4. Um, Overall, the event was great. It gave a challenge. It's still going on. I would say the unlocks are still kind of rough. I'll go a little more detail later, but just wanted to kind of welcome y'all and let's get to it. Thanks. I'd say the most recent event, King of the Dead, that just finished up last week was absolutely fantastic. Putting us into groups, just random groups of 30, and having us compete. Some of us lucked out with groups that weren't playing much. Fortunately, mine was very competitive, at least the top few, especially the topmost guy. I think he may have been cheating because he started getting into the hundreds of thousands of points. But it was really fun being able to challenge yourselves within each of the maps in different ways to get either high ground if that's what you're into or into the Easter eggs, which I felt was the most point value. I would run Liberty Falls over and over again. I tried the other maps, but it felt like it took too long, and especially with random folks or even solo, it was taking a little long for me at least, to get the steps done, especially if I was with that random group where if people were going down, things like that. But overall, that was a ton of fun, and like I said, the unfortunate part is those actual unlocks that happen throughout the event. They weren't really interesting. I wish there was better skins that had to do with actual zombies. If this is a zombies event, make it actual zombies focused things that you're unlocking. That's my own choice. I do like gobblegums, but that just goes so far. You kind of want other items on top of that. One example I could say is that Carver skin for Shattered Veil when you beat the boss fight. That was absolutely great. Having a throwback to the map 5 with the Pentagon Thief. It's really awesome. But that was a great mode as well. The King of the Dead ended up placing fourth. I had to grind. Unfortunately, I only had like a few hours each night to play it rather than it being over the weekend that I ended up starting. But it was a ton of fun overall. But most recently, we have the Starting Room Challenge, which I feel is probably my favorite limited time event that they come out to. But let me go into the cartoons event first because that is the other one that's going on. I'd say the my one gripe with this is once again the kind of rewards that you're getting out of it isn't as good as you would get with um, skins or something like that. It's mostly there is one I believe mod for one of the guns that you're getting, but overall the event is great because it's not only filling that in, it's also doing challenges. So it's like making you do like melee challenges or X filling with X amount of money. Thankfully the X filling it's across I believe multiple X filling rather than just one game having to X fill. I think it's like 150,000, but overall that's pretty good. But I think the meat of the current event that's going on is that starting room challenge. I've done Liberty Falls as well as Terminus, wasn't able to complete them. It is with random folks, and it's that whole challenge of getting everyone to work together, making sure people are doing like survivability, taking care of themselves. It's a lot of momming, a lot of folks. I don't mind it. I like playing random. It's pretty much what I do mostly. It's kind of hard to get a good group of people together to play sometimes. But otherwise, it is great to challenge myself to get into that room, figure out like what gobblegums am I going to go in with? Am I going to try to cheat and get something that's going to give me a very strong gun, maybe a wall buy, maybe a crate power? Um, but those are also risky. What I saw a guy doing last night, he had a crate power, but he didn't use it until he got the wonder gun that he wanted, the wonder weapon that he wanted. I believe it was one of the ray guns. But it's a smart move. Like if that's what you're like what you want to do to get to those high rounds, it's a smart thing to do. We ended up doing it on Citadel, and it was a blast. I'd say it did get hairy there towards the end of it. We ended up just all piling up in the stairs in the bar and just shooting as much as we could, making sure at least one of us was watching our back, making sure we were spamming any of the score streaks that we were able to run down and buy them. But it was pretty much covering each other as we ran over to the crafting table to buy another one of those score streaks, then running back to the stairs. But overall, it was so much fun. And it was just elation as soon as we hit that 40. We stuck around for another round, but each of us started trickling out and then just ended up just dying to end it all. But overall, it was great to play an official way that a lot of folks have challenged themselves over the years within the zombie community. I think it was very smart for them to develop an event like this that is geared towards people that have been challenging themselves like this, but in such a fun way. It's also cool that they do offer different gobblegum packs for each of the separate maps, so that it's not you just getting a flat kind of unlocking. I do like that it's across all the maps as well, so you can pick and choose which ones you want to focus on, and it is different gobblegums for each of those maps. Kind of, I'd say each of the maps is challenging in their own way due to that, like I said earlier, that starting room setup. Some of them will have the ability for you to do upgrades within the arsenal station, but some of them won't. Some of them have a crafting table, some of them don't. Like Citadel, I think, is probably the prime one that has just about everything you need to set yourself up for pretty much getting to the high rounds. I think that was pretty much why it was easy. I will be hitting up the rest throughout the event. I do want to see if I can get all those gobblegums. It does feel like it's going to be challenging, so I might have to start hitting some folks up on Discord, but we'll see how it goes. But overall, it's great to be coming back to Black Ops 6 like this because I have not been playing. I'll be honest, I've been playing Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 because it's been fun to kind of challenge myself to do those older Easter eggs to kind of get that training down of being better to dodge. And to be honest with you, it's made me a better Black Ops player, just like grief mode kind of made me a better Black Ops player because it was dodging and stuff. Same thing with the Mo event has kind of taught me to be a better dodger, to be a better trainer. Same thing with the older games where you have less health, kind of training yourself to be better, have better mobility around the zombies. They're slower than you for the most part, so the better you are at kind of juking them, the better you're off here in general. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of touch base with y'all on these events and how excited I am to be playing Black Ops 6 again and just kind of being full of all the love I have for this game. It's what got me back into zombies. I'll be honest. I know there's some hate out there for it, but overall, I think they've done a great job of building a community that was focused on kind of doing the Easter eggs. We kind of got lost along the way when there wasn't new content, no new map, and things like that. But I think we're starting to come around, especially with the starting room challenge, where there's new reasons to be playing Black Ops 6 rather than those same exact unlocking the same exact Easter eggs over and over again. But anyways, thank you all for listening. This is Senior Cheesecake. Y'all take care. Thanks. Bye.